Your phone buzzes in your pocket, a notification flashing across the screen that stops you dead in your tracks. Canada just made a seismic move, dropping visa requirements for 10 Asian countries starting in 2025. You blink, rubbing your eyes in disbelief. Did you read that right? No more soul-crushing embassy lines. No more drowning in paperwork. Just a passport and a plane ticket to the land of maple syrup, towering mountains and vibrant cities. But hold on, why now? Why these 10 nations? And what does this mean for you? Maybe a retiree in Florida dreaming of a Canadian summer by a serene lake, or a snowbird in Arizona plotting a new adventure in the Great White North. This isn't just about easier travel, folks. It's a geopolitical earthquake, a tourism tsunami, and maybe a signal of something monumental brewing on the world stage. Stick with us, because the countries on this list might just knock your socks off. And if you're thinking about a Canadian getaway, a business venture, or even a new chapter in life, your world just got a whole lot bigger. Welcome to Overseas Address, where we dive deep into global shifts for curious minds like yours. Let's unpack Canada's shocking decision and what it could mean for your next move, your future plans, or simply your understanding of a rapidly changing world. Number 10. Brunei. Picture a tiny jewel of a nation tucked away on the lush, tropical island of Borneo, bathed in golden sunlight and brimming with oil wealth. Brunei, with fewer than 500,000 people, is quiet, unassuming, and often slips under the radar of global attention. So why is Canada suddenly rolling out the red carpet, granting visa-free access to Brunei's citizens? Let's peel back the layers. Brunei isn't just a small dot on the map, it's a financial titan. Its citizens, flush with cash from massive energy reserves, boast some of the highest per capita incomes in Southeast Asia. When they travel, they don't just book a budget motel, they're dropping thousands on 5-star suites in Vancouver's waterfront hotels, shopping sprees in Toronto's upscale Yorkville district, or luxury ski vacations in Whistler's powdery slopes. Canada's tourism industry is practically salivating at the prospect. But there's far more to this than boosting hotel revenues or filling gift shops. Brunei sits in a strategic hotspot near the South China Sea, a region where tensions with China over maritime claims and trade routes are simmering like a pot about to boil over. Canada's move could be a subtle but deliberate nod to forging new alliances in a part of the world where influence is a high-stakes prize. For you, maybe you're sipping your morning coffee in your cozy Ohio living room, planning a Canadian road trip to see the fall colors in Algonquin Park. This could mean new faces at your favorite Banff Cafe, exotic accents in the lobbies of Montreal's hotels, or even investment opportunities as Brunei's elite turn their gaze to North American markets. But why would Canada prioritize such a small nation over others? It's about playing the long game. Brunei's wealth, its energy resources, and its geographic position make it a quiet but mighty player in global diplomacy. This visa waiver is Canada's opening gambit in a high-stakes chess match, a move to build bridges in a region where every relationship counts. Let's keep moving, because the next country cranks up the intrigue. Number 9. Hong Kong. Imagine a dazzling metropolis where skyscrapers pierce the clouds, neon lights pulse through the night, and the energy of global finance crackles in the air. Hong Kong, the special administrative region of China, is a city that seems to have it all: wealth, connectivity, and a reputation as a gateway to Asia. So why is Canada making headlines by dropping visa requirements for Hong Kong passport holders? Think about it. Hong Kongers are some of the most well-traveled people on the planet, jet-setting for business deals, top-tier education, or leisurely escapes to the world's most iconic destinations. But this move isn't just about filling seats on flights to Vancouver or boosting ticket sales at Niagara Falls. The real story lurks in the shadows of geopolitics. Tensions between China and the West have been simmering for years, and Hong Kong has been caught in the crossfire since the 2019 protests erupted over Beijing's tightening grip on the city's autonomy. Thousands of Hong Kongers' families, professionals, students, are now searching for safe havens, second homes, or fresh opportunities abroad. Canada's decision is a bold, almost defiant signal. We're open, we support your freedom of movement, and we're here for you. This could be a lifeline for those looking to escape political uncertainty, start anew in cities like Toronto or Montreal, or invest in Canadian real estate and businesses. But it's a risky play, one that raises eyebrows in diplomatic circles. How will Beijing react to Canada's open-door policy? Will this strain Ottawa's delicate balancing act with China, one of its largest trading partners? For you, maybe you're in Texas, planning a Canadian retirement in a quiet lakeside town in British Columbia. This could mean more vibrant Hong Kong communities springing up, think bustling dim sum restaurants in your neighborhood, new cultural festivals with dragon dances, or even new neighbors bringing their entrepreneurial spirit. But there's history here too. Canada welcomed waves of Hong Kong immigrants during the 1997 handover to China, building thriving communities in cities like Vancouver and Toronto. This visa waiver builds on that legacy while sending a message to the world. Canada stands for openness and opportunity. It's walking a tightrope, though, in a tense global landscape where every move is scrutinized. The next country shifts gears to a land of ancient history and cutting-edge innovation. Number 8. Israel. Picture sun-drenched streets lined with ancient stone walls, vibrant markets buzzing with life, and a tech sector that rivals the best in the world. Israel, a nation of resilience, history, and innovation, has a population that loves to travel, explore, and connect. So why did Canada quietly lift visa requirements for Israeli national passport holders? And why now? This isn't just about tourists snapping selfies at Niagara Falls, hiking the trails of Banff, or savoring poutine in Quebec City. Israel and Canada share deep, multifaceted ties, from intelligence sharing to innovation partnerships that span continents. Think Tel Aviv startups collaborating with tech hubs in Montreal, Ottawa, or Waterloo, or researchers in Jerusalem linking with universities in Toronto to push the boundaries of science. Israeli travelers are a goldmine for Canada's economy, spending an average of over $2,000 per trip on hotels, dining, cultural attractions, and business deals. Canada's tourism and business sectors are poised to cash in big time. But the bigger picture is geopolitical, and it's a complex one. The Middle East is a powder keg, with shifting alliances, ongoing conflicts, and a delicate balance of power. Canada's move strengthens its position as a trusted partner to Israel, aligning closely with its Five Eyes allies, particularly the United States, which also recently granted Israel visa-free access in a highly publicized move. But here's the fine print, and it's critical. This exemption applies only to those holding national Israeli passports, not residents of the West Bank or Gaza. It's a carefully crafted policy that reflects Canada's delicate balancing act in a volatile region, designed to foster ties without igniting diplomatic fires. For you, maybe you're in California, eyeing a Canadian summer home in the picturesque Maritimes, perhaps Prince Edward Island with its red sand beaches. This could mean more Israeli tourists at your favorite lobster festivals, new faces at cultural events, or even tech investments flowing into cities like Vancouver and Toronto, creating jobs and opportunities. But it also shows how Canada navigates complex global politics with surgical precision, reinforcing relationships while avoiding missteps in a region where tensions run high. Let's move on, because the next nation is a global titan that needs no introduction. Number 7. Japan. Envision a land where bullet trains slice through misty mountains at breakneck speed, cherry blossoms fall like soft snow, and a culture of precision and respect shapes every interaction. Japan is an economic and cultural powerhouse, a nation that blends ancient traditions with futuristic innovation. So why did Canada wait until recently to fully open its doors to Japanese travelers visa-free? The answer is layered, like a perfectly crafted sushi roll, served in one of Tokyo's Michelin-starred restaurants. Japanese tourists are a dream for any economy. They stay longer, spend more, and have a deep appreciation for Canada's natural wonders and cultural heritage. Picture families exploring the turquoise lakes of Banff, retirees strolling through the historic cobblestone streets of Quebec City, or photographers chasing the elusive northern lights in Yukon's vast wilderness. But this move goes far beyond filling hotel rooms or boosting gift shop sales. Japan is a geopolitical anchor in East Asia, a steadfast ally to Canada's partners like the United States, and a key player in the Indo-Pacific region. With trade wars, territorial disputes in the South China Sea, and North Korea's provocations heating up, Canada's visa waiver is a strategic gesture, a handshake across the Pacific that says, "We trust you, we want you here, and we see you as a cornerstone of our future." Historically, Japanese travelers faced visa hurdles, requiring lengthy applications and approvals that could take weeks. Now, with just an electronic travel authorization, a quick online process, they're free to roam Canada's vast landscapes, from the rugged coasts of Newfoundland to the towering peaks of British Columbia. For you, watching from your porch in Illinois, perhaps planning a Canadian vacation to see the fall foliage in Ontario, this could mean more Japanese culture enriching Canada's cities. Think sushi festivals in Toronto, traditional tea ceremonies in Vancouver's gardens, or business expos linking Osaka's innovators with Calgary's energy sector. But it also signals Canada's deliberate pivot toward Asia's powerhouses. Japan's economic might, technological innovation, and global influence make it a critical partner in Canada's long-term plans, especially as the Indo-Pacific becomes a focal point of global competition. The next country, though, is a rising star that's capturing the world's attention with its energy and ambition. Number 6, South Korea. Imagine a nation where cutting-edge technology meets the infectious beats of K-pop, where sleek skyscrapers tower over ancient palaces and vibrant street markets. South Korea is a global leader, a cultural phenomenon, and an economic force. So why is Canada now welcoming South Koreans with open arms, no visa required, just a quick online authorization? Picture this. South Korean families hiking the rugged trails of the Rockies, students filling lecture halls in Toronto's world-class universities, or tech entrepreneurs pitching bold ideas in Vancouver's thriving startup scene. South Koreans are high-value travelers, often spending thousands on multi-generational trips, think luxury cruises, along British Columbia's fjord-like coasts, cultural tours of Ottawa's museums, or shopping sprees in Montreal's boutique-lined streets. But the real story is strategic, and it's rooted in the shifting sands of global politics. South Korea is a linchpin in the Indo-Pacific, a nation that faces North Korea's unpredictable missile tests and China's growing assertiveness in the region. Canada's move aligns seamlessly with its recent Indo-Pacific strategy, a policy framework that calls for stronger economic, cultural, and security ties with Asia's rising powers. South Koreans are already a significant presence in Canada, with thousands studying at universities, working in tech hubs, or contributing to vibrant communities in cities like Toronto and Vancouver. This visa waiver widens that pipeline, encouraging more students, professionals, and tourists to choose Canada as their destination. For you, maybe you're in Colorado, planning a Canadian move to a dynamic city like Montreal or a quieter spot like Kelowna. This could mean more Korean restaurants serving bibimbap and kimchi, K-pop concerts lighting up local arenas, or business ventures linking Seoul's innovators with Canada's tech ecosystems. But there's another layer to consider. Canada's strategy isn't just about who visits, but who stays, invests, and builds a future in its cities. South Korea's young, dynamic, and highly educated population fits that vision like a glove. The list gets even more intriguing, so let's keep pushing forward. Number 5, Singapore. Picture a city-state smaller than most American counties, a gleaming speck on the map that wields more global clout than entire regions. Singapore is a marvel of modernity, a hub of finance, innovation, and connectivity that punches far above its weight. So why is Canada bending over backward to drop visa requirements for Singaporeans? The answer lies in power, not in land or population, but in wealth, stability, and global networks. Singaporeans are among the world's most affluent and mobile travelers. They plan their trips with meticulous care, invest heavily in the places they visit, and build business and cultural connections wherever they go. Canada wants a big slice of that action, think Singaporean entrepreneurs speaking at Toronto's tech conferences, families skiing down Whistler's pristine slopes, or investors snapping up prime real estate in Calgary's booming market. But there's a deeper motive, one that's rooted in the chessboard of global influence. Singapore is a crown jewel in the Indo-Pacific, a hub for finance, clean energy, cybersecurity, and global shipping. Canada's strengthening ties with this powerhouse to stay relevant in a region where global powers, China, the United States, India, and others, fiercely competing for influence. This visa waiver is a clear message. We're partners, let's build something bigger together. For you, watching from your apartment in New York, perhaps dreaming of a Canadian vacation to see the whales off Vancouver Island, this could mean more international flair in Canada's cities. Picture Singaporean food festivals showcasing laksa and satay, high-powered business summits in Ottawa, or new opportunities to connect with investors from one of Asia's richest nations. But there's urgency here too. With global competition heating up in Southeast Asia, Canada's move is about staying visible, valuable, and engaged in a region that's shaping the future. The next country dives headfirst into one of the world's most sensitive geopolitical flashpoints. Number 4. Taiwan. Envision a vibrant democracy with a booming tech scene, bustling night markets overflowing with street food, and a complex, often precarious place in global politics. Taiwan, with its ordinary passports bearing personal identification numbers, is now welcomed by Canada visa-free. So why this move, and why now? This is diplomacy at its most delicate, a high-wire act performed on the world stage. Taiwan is claimed by China as a renegade province, yet it operates as a sovereign nation with a thriving economy, a robust democratic system, and a global reputation for innovation. Canada's decision to grant visa-free access to Taiwanese travelers with specific passports is a masterclass in threading the needle between opportunity and caution. Economically, it's a no-brainer. Taiwanese tourists are high spenders, dropping thousands on trips to Canada's national parks, shopping in Vancouver's luxury boutiques, or attending cultural festivals in Montreal. Their students and entrepreneurs are flocking to Canada's universities and tech hubs, boosting cities like Toronto, Ottawa, and Waterloo with fresh talent and ideas. But the policy is precise, almost surgical. Only those with ordinary passports and personal identification numbers qualify. A deliberate nod to Canada's careful navigation of Beijing's red lines. This move recognizes Taiwan's people, their contributions, and their aspirations without officially challenging China's stance, avoiding a diplomatic firestorm that could ripple across the Pacific. For you, maybe you're in Arizona, eyeing a Canadian retirement in a quiet coastal town like Victoria. This could mean more Taiwanese culture enriching your community bubble tea shops on every corner, lantern festivals lighting up the night, or new tech partnerships driving economic growth. But it also shows how Canada balances economic gains with one of the world's most contentious issues. It's a calculated move, designed to foster exchange while keeping the peace in a region where tensions are always high. Let's keep moving, because the next nation shifts to a land of dazzling ambition and transformation. Number 3. United Arab Emirates. Picture a desert oasis transformed into a global powerhouse, where skyscrapers pierce the sky, luxury cars cruise neon-lit boulevards, and ambition knows no bounds. The United Arab Emirates is a marvel of reinvention, a nation that turned sand into a symbol of wealth and progress. So why did Canada decide to waive visas for Emirati citizens? This is about far more than luxury vacations in Banff, shopping sprees in Montreal's underground city, or family trips to see the polar bears in Churchill. Emiratis are big spenders, pouring money into Canadian real estate, tourism, and technology. Think Dubai investors eyeing Calgary's energy sector, Abu Dhabi families visiting Toronto's world-class museums, or business tycoons sealing multi-million-dollar deals in Vancouver's sleek boardrooms. But the UAE is also a critical Middle East partner, a nation that's diversifying beyond oil into tech, renewable energy, and global tourism. Canada's move strengthens ties in a volatile region where alliances are constantly shifting, signaling openness to trade, collaboration, and mutual growth. For you, watching from your condo in Florida, perhaps planning a Canadian winter escape to Quebec's ski resorts, this could mean new Middle Eastern influences in Canada's cultural scene, Emirati restaurants serving fragrant biryani, art exhibits showcasing Arabian heritage, or investment opportunities in your favorite cities. But there's a broader message here. Canada's saying to global competitors, we see you, we want to build bridges, and we're ready to play in the big leagues. This waiver is layered with ambition and foresight, positioning Canada as a player in a region that's always in flux. The list isn't done yet, so let's push forward to a nation that's modernizing at breakneck speed. Number 2. Malaysia. Imagine a tropical paradise where vibrant jungles teem with life, bustling cities pulse with energy, and a rapidly modernizing economy is reshaping the future. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian powerhouse. So why is Canada now easing travel for its citizens, welcoming them with open arms? Malaysia's young, ambitious population is eager to study, work, and explore, and Canada wants to be their destination of choice. Canadian universities are already home to thousands of Malaysian students, filling classrooms in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Halifax with bright minds. Businesses are partnering in cutting-edge sectors like technology, clean energy, and manufacturing, creating jobs and opportunities on both sides of the Pacific. This visa waiver is about deepening ties with a nation on the rise, a country that's modernizing its infrastructure, expanding its global footprint, and nurturing a middle class with big dreams. It's not just about tourists enjoying Banff's steaming hot springs, snapping photos in Quebec City's historic Old Town, or marveling at the northern lights in Yellowknife. It's about long-term collaboration that could shape the future. Malaysia's strategic role in ASEAN, its growing economic clout, and its vibrant cultural heritage make it a key player in Canada's Indo-Pacific strategy. For you, maybe you're in Washington State, dreaming of a Canadian vacation in the rugged beauty of Newfoundland's Gros Morne National Park. This could mean more Malaysian restaurants serving spicy nasi lemak, cultural festivals with traditional dance performances, or student exchanges enriching your community. But there's another layer. Malaysia's modernization means more professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors looking to Canada for opportunities, creating a two-way street of growth and innovation. This move is about building a future where Malaysia and Canada are closer than ever, partners in a world that's changing fast. The final country, though, is the biggest surprise of all, a nation that embodies energy, culture, and untapped potential. Number 1. Thailand. Envision a land where bustling markets overflow with exotic spices, ancient temples glow under golden sunsets, and a booming economy pulses with possibility. Thailand is a Southeast Asian gem, a nation of vibrant culture and dynamic ambition. So why is Canada now allowing Thai nationals to enter without visas, welcoming them with just a quick online authorization? Thailand's young, energetic population is eager to see the world, and Canada wants to be their top pick. Picture Thai students filling classrooms in Ottawa's universities, entrepreneurs pitching bold ideas in Vancouver's startup hubs, or families marveling at the thundering waters of Niagara Falls. Thailand's strategic location in ASEAN, its growing middle class, and its rich cultural heritage make it a perfect partner for Canada's Indo-Pacific ambitions. This waiver is about far more than tourism. It's about building economic and cultural bridges that could last generations. Thai tourists spend generously, boosting Canada's hotels, restaurants, and attractions, from the ski slopes of Mont Tremblant to the historic streets of Charlottetown. Thai businesses are eyeing partnerships in technology, trade, and education, creating opportunities for collaboration in cities like Calgary and Edmonton. For you, watching from your porch in Georgia, perhaps planning a Canadian retirement in a charming town like Niagara-on-the-Lake, this could mean new Thai influences in Canada's food scene. Think spicy som tam stalls in Toronto's markets, or fragrant pad thai at local festivals. It could also mean fresh opportunities for cross-border business, as Thai entrepreneurs and Canadian companies find common ground. But there's a bigger picture here. Canada's move signals a commitment to deepening ties with a region that's shaping the 21st century. Thailand's energy, creativity, and potential make it a cornerstone of this new era of connection. Canada's visa moves are rewriting the rules of global travel, redrawing the map of opportunity, and reshaping its place on the world stage. From Thailand's vibrant markets to the UAE's towering skyline, from Taiwan's delicate diplomacy to Japan's economic might, these 10 nations represent a new chapter of connection, ambition, and challenge. But big questions loom like storm clouds on the horizon. Will this spark a tourism boom that transforms Canada's cities into global hubs? Will it shift Canada's role in international affairs, aligning it closer to Asia's rising powers? And what does it mean for you, your next trip to see the Rockies, your retirement dream in a quiet Canadian village, or your curiosity about a world that's moving faster than ever? Hit subscribe at Overseas Address to stay ahead of the curve. The world's changing at breakneck speed, and we're here to keep you in the know, unpacking the stories that matter to your life, your plans, and your future. Let's keep exploring together, because the next big shift is just around the corner, and you won't want to miss it.